sitting on his butt up there, just collecting a check, and then doing the same thing Mrs. Lightfoot or Blackfoot or whatever she's down there in Chicago doing, letting the city blow up and people, black people, are killing each other, alarm and recon and some shit, Iraq and so on and so on, and people saying just look at Chicago and so on and so on. So she should be ashamed of herself. She should be ashamed. Same with Braggs. The same with Braggs. They should be so, they betrayed their own ancestors in all ways. And if black people down there, I don't care whether you're in gangs or whatever you are on these streets of Chicago and so forth, you got to get out of Luciferian garbage. You got to get out of that, and you got to get strong. You know what I'm saying? Because you are being betrayed by crooked people who's causing this to continue to go on, who's probably being paid by the government to do and influence you into these things. If you are a real gangster, then you're supposed to be knowing it. You're supposed to be knowing what's up, not just following, not just bullets, not just guns. If you are a real gangster, you know what I'm saying? But many of them have turned out to be are real murderers and making murder normal as if it's cool to just do that all the days of your life. And watch our people go out of here like white on rice from their own people and the government as a whole. You're being used. In New York, a New York governor has the authority and the obligation to remove Braggs from office. Yes, he do, and he should have that authority. You know what I'm saying? But we see New York gubernatorial candidate and uh, representative or Republican Lee Zeldin breaks down the package of package of measure he would immediately implement after being elected governor on morning with Mary. You know what I'm saying? Now, what Lee Zeldin is talking about is very important for us to pay attention to. You see, you might have faith in the demon Democrats and Alan Braggs and the rest of these Luciferian on to take black people, but I'm not, because it's screwing up the country and it's screwing up people as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Because black people ain't forming no party to step up and do too much of anything other than electing one or two people here or there and voting for demon Democrats all the way through because you want to take with them. You know what I'm saying? But the rest of us who have some goddamn sense need to start stepping up and, like I said, talking to one another, family members, and then talking to outsiders based on friends and so on, and educating ourselves to political understanding. Because, like I said, when they make these laws, whose head does it come down on? So how much do you really care about your grandkids? During an interview on Morning with Mary, Thursday News, New York gubernatorial candidate and Republican Lee Zeldin previews the action program he intends to implement the first that he's in the office of government. You know what I'm saying? And I agree. The first thing, my first day that I am in office and is in New York Constitution, in New York Constitution, the governor state or whatever. I guess let me see. The governor state. I guess he's saying the governor has the power. The state of New York has the authority and would argue the point. During the interview, Morning with Mary, Thursday, the gubernatorial candidate representative said that he would and so forth. But what he really said was the first thing in all the first thing my in, the first thing my first day that I am in office and is in New York State Constitution, the governor of the state of New York has the authority and would argue the obligation of removal of district attorney who refuse to enforce the law. Who refuse to enforce the law. So chaos can ensue throughout our country. What is the district attorney getting paid for and why is he there? I don't give a damn if he's a black man or the first one. You garbage, nigga. You're doing the same thing they doing in a lot of those blue states and blowing it up and getting a lot of black people and people killed in general. And enforcing laws, not enforcing no laws at all and slack as hell. You know what I'm saying? So we have lawlessness right here in New York while he sits on his thumbs, twiddling his thumbs, saying he's doing something. He's a liar, he's a deep stater, and he's full of garbage. You know what I'm saying? But he has the right, and the governor should have the right to remove any attorney general who refused to enforce the law. Now you tell me, if Roe versus Wade is the situation that women find themselves under, why would you vote for Kathy Hochul? When you know full well they pulled that trick on you and drove you to the left. They drove you to the left. Why didn't do it 2 years ago? Why you wait till all this mass of chaos is going on and the demon Democrats are fighting hard to stay in that office and bringing this Luciferian garbage that they're doing, and you fall for that trick that easy? So if the zealot is telling you he's getting rid of him and he's going to enforce the law, imagine what he's going to do for Roe versus Wade for the women. He's going to fight for you. He's going to fight for you. Think about it for a moment before you place your vote. You know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying, refuse to enforce the law, and Alan Bragg's across the board since the first day he has been there has refused to do his job. The first act will be notifying Alan Braggs that he is being removed as district attorney in Manhattan. We need to start securing our streets. This is Lee Zeldin speaking. We need to secure our streets, and he's right. You see, because Cuomo was on doing it. Cuomo is booty. He betrayed us in all realms, not just on the streets, but in businesses and the people and many other things that we saw that he pulled that now they're investigating, and you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? And what he did. We don't have to keep saying it. But Lizella said secure our streets from day one, you know what I'm saying? Repealing cashless bill. There are stories out in New York because of a new law called Holt Action. Listen to that. The Holt Action. Changing solitary confinement rules just this week alone at one prison. Elmira Correctional, Elmira, whatever, correctional facility. They have had 6 of their correctional officers attacked. So people are willing to down all kinds of laws. This has nothing to do with the brothers going to jail, because if you commit the crime, then you know some crimes cannot go unpunished. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to bloody murder. That is unacceptable in the mother's house. You know? The raping of men in jail, that's against the mother's house. The mother didn't birth you to do these things. But we find ourselves in many circumstances driven by these demon Democrats and the shit that they put into our neighborhood or force our neighborhood into these things, create these things. So again, you are being used. We need to be warriors like we were and our ancestors were. We need to show our warriorship in many ways. You know what I'm saying? And change many of our ways, because we have children that are looking at you. And you are not showing them anything other than pure destruction, wheeled on by these beasts. So we must start to look at what these others are saying I don't believe in completely. One issue I have with him here is the solitary confinement. The solitary confinement needs to be more solitary, but not what we have seen in many things, butt naked in a box, whole, sitting there, could literally die. We don't want that. But we know that they must be put in solitary in so what is many ways to make them understand that you cannot do these things and just get away with bloody murder. So we have to stand up, brothers and sisters, all around the board. And as that goes, then we must now form ourselves into the power that we need for our people, and then bring forth that power that we have, power to change a lot of things, or even self, like General says, if that comes up, because many have talked about going back to Africa. You know what I'm saying? And many should have went. But we see a lot of things that go on under there, and we must start to investigate because we may have to do that at one time or another. Said he has a point there. You know what I'm saying? Said he has a point there. You know what I'm saying? So we have to look at these